This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Cocoa-Peace murderer charged over alleged lockup altercation with the cops. Rashane Barnett, the man who pleaded guilty to the murder of a mother and her 4 children in Crackdown, has been charged following an alleged confrontation with the cops at the Halfway Tree lockup. The police report that the incident occurred as personnel sought to recover contraband Barnett allegedly had in his possession. Head of the St. Andrews Central Police Division, Senior Superintendent Marlon Nesbeth told the news that items including a cell phone were seized. He, however, did not reveal the other items. Barnett was charged with assaulting a police officer and possession of contraband arising from the incident which happened on Tuesday. There was an altercation in the cell amongst some prisoners, a general disturbance, and an inspector intervened. In the process, the person realized that Rashane Barnett was acting suspiciously, so she interfaced with him. He got boisterous, she called for help, and they searched him and found contraband items on him, which included a cell phone, he said. According to him, Barnett assaulted the policewoman and threw an item that had some juice in it at the other cops. Nesbeth said his team handled the matter professionally, adding that Barnett was not hurt in the altercation. He said he will be placed before the court to answer the charges. We were able to manage the situation, so it didn't have to reach at any conflict, he said. Barnett in July pleaded guilty to the murders of Clarendon mother Kemisha Wright, Commander Smith 15, Shirley Smith 12, Raphael Smith 5, and 23-month-old Keshawn Henry Jr. They were discovered inside their Cocoa-Peace home in Clarendon with chop wounds and their throats slashed on June 21. The prosecution is seeking the death penalty for his crimes. Body of newborn discovered in the Rio Cobre. The St. Catherine North Police have launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body of a newborn floating in the Rio Cobre in the vicinity of Bucktown, St. Catherine, Wednesday afternoon. The body, said to be that of a female baby, was discovered about 1:30 p.m. and the St. Catherine Fire Brigade called. The newborn was fished from the river by a resident after members of the fire brigade were unable to retrieve the body. The police believe the body was thrown into the river elsewhere and floated to the location where it was discovered. Authorities to crack down on illegal vending in Falmouth. The Trelawney Municipal Corporation will be cracking down on illegal vending and dumping in the town of Falmouth. The Municipal Corporation on Wednesday hosted a town hall to update residents on the challenges and efforts that will be made to fix them. Colin Gager, chairman of the corporation, said the state of affairs has significantly deteriorated, which could negatively affect tourism. In a subsequent interview with the news, Mr. Gager said there is also a health concern due to illegal vending which has taken over the town. He pointed to unsanitary conditions in which a person will be selling food, but all sorts of termites exist within their surrounding.
We have people who chooses to sell any and everywhere. We have people that is selling in an unsanitary condition where the things that is being sold isn't properly prepared. And so you will find that a person will be selling, but all sorts of termites exist within their surrounding. You will find that the lights that they are using is stolen electricity that comes from the light post. You will see that they have turned the pavers into markets. We will be having an operation. We will be doing it in a civil manner. We will be serving notices. We will be taking them to court. Then the last thing we want to do is to seize your goods. We don't want to do that. We want you to operate within the market district. If that is done, then we will have one of the best running town in Falmouth.
Education Minister backs Godfrey Stewart High School's dress code. Education Minister Favour Williams has endorsed the uniform dress code of Godfrey Stewart High School in Westmoreland. On Monday, parents protested that their children were not allowed to remain at school due to issues with their uniform, with the incident leading to renewed calls for a national grooming policy for schools. But the Education Minister has said she supports the rationale by the school's administration that girls wearing their skirts 5 inches above the ankles will protect them from sexual predators. Speaking with the news, Mrs. Williams said that the move was not unique, as at least 3 other schools had employed a similar strategy with positive results.
So it's not a unique strategy of the school. It's not something that has never been done before in Jamaica. What I heard in terms of listening to the interview of the principal, I heard her surface a situation at her school that they are trying to deal with, and that is the harassment of their girls. Their particular solution might not be the most eloquent, but what I heard coming through and where the attention ought to be is on this issue that the principal says, I am dealing with in my school. We have to go in now and say to the school, let us help you to understand this problem and to see if we can get to the root of it. Just because other schools around it are not having the problem doesn't mean that this particular school can't have the problem. If the principal says we're having the problem, it's the principal who's on the ground. We have to give her the benefit of the doubt, go in and assess the situation and see what we can bring to bear so that our students can come to school safely. So if parents at the school feel that there is no room for dialogue at the school, I would like for them to to let us know, to make us aware at the ministry, and let us know, tell us what you have been trying to communicate to the school leadership that you're not being heard on. Let us know if you've requested meetings that you haven't gotten. Let us know if you have issues that you want to be taken up at the board level that you have written to the board about. Let us know those things. We don't want to centrally manage everything about our schools. We have to allow our principals, our boards, all our schools have boards, to which there is a parent rep, student rep, community rep. If it's a high school, we have to allow our boards to function. We have to allow our principals to function, and for our parents to be a part of the process. Yes, if this is not happening, then the ministry has a role in ensuring that we begin that dialogue with schools.
No holiday to mourn Queen Elizabeth II. No holiday is to be declared on September 18, the National Day of Mourning for Queen Elizabeth II, Information Minister Robert Morgan has advised. It is not a discussion or a contemplation at this time, and I would have to be guided otherwise for a national holiday to be declared, Morgan said when questioned by Leader of Opposition Business Philip Paulwell following his statement in Parliament on Tuesday, which sought to clarify aspects of the period of mourning being observed from September 8 to 19 in Jamaica. Paulwell had queried whether the government would be making a decision to declare a public holiday on the day of the Queen's funeral and the National Day of Mourning on September 18, in reference to a document tabled by Morgan which detailed what will happen during the mourning period. Morgan explained that when an incident such as a royal death happens, there is a standard operating procedure that is a part of the protocol, some of which are optional and some standard. He said the government then has to make a decision as to which aspect of the process will be adhered to based on the context of our society and what are our imperatives. This is a standard operating procedure, but the government makes a decision over time as to which aspect it will allow, but this is a very good guide generally to members of the public and other members as to how things should be done or could be done, he said. In the meantime, Morgan advised that members of the public are allowed to go about their regular activities during the period of mourning. He made the declaration as he sought to bring clarity to some concerns and confusion that may be in the public domain about the period of mourning to observe the death of Her Majesty. Morgan explained that mourning procedures apply largely to the government, ministries, agencies, and the departments. Accordingly, no celebratory activities should take place within the public sector during the mourning period. For clarity, members of the public who wish to partake in the period of mourning may choose to act with constraint during this period. However, private events are not prohibited. Citizens may go about their normal affairs, he said. The Information Minister noted that on the day of national mourning, the government, its ministries, departments, and agencies have been asked and will take certain actions. By way of example, flags on public buildings are being flown at half-mast. The Jamaica Defense Force has performed a 21-gun salute, and a condolence book has been opened at King's House with members of government, opposition, and other dignitaries already signing. We expect that other condolence books will be opened at designated locations shortly. Tributes have been paid in the Senate, and today this Honorable House undertook its own, he said. Morgan further noted that after Governor General Sir Patrick Allen and the Prime Minister Andrew Holness returned to the island after attending the Queen's state funeral in London on September 18, they will head the official memorial service for the Queen at the St. Andrew Parish Church, while the custodes and the mayors will head the memorial services in the other parishes. The Queen, who was the longest-serving monarch of the United Kingdom, died at Balmoral Castle on September 8 after reigning for 70 years. She was 96 years old. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.